share this out. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna give it a little bit. Let some people join. I don't know who you are, man. I don't let nobody up on my live unless I know who you are. You're one of the Akim. I don't know who you are. Shalom to everybody coming in. Give it a few more seconds, and then we gonna start it. This is gonna be going into Jake and this whole gun debacle that I think that weapons are gonna save them. They think that they can beat Esau Edom at his own game, and that's not gonna happen. Shalom to everybody joining. All right, I'm gonna just start it. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rokah, Kodash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders, prophets, and teachers of GMS. I myself am not a part of GMS, but through the power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, I was able to come across these brothers and get this 100% true. Now, like I said, this is going to be going into weapons, and if they can deliver you in these last days, which they cannot, right? My bad, I'm trying to turn up the volume. All right, I'm gonna be flipping the camera. Slovakia. Shit, if I know how to flip it. There we go. All right. Now, this first video is gonna be from one of the beloved prophets, Mata Zakbath, goes by GMS Melbourne Nue. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. Salakia, Ak, if you in here, I butchered that. But he's one of the Akim down in Australia, and he video, I believe it was Sakari in the video, if I'm not mistaken.
We at it again. Out here working on for people. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it.
This the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verse 10.
Yeah, kind of was Sakari. Now you see how they got weapons and stuff. You're not supposed to have that out while you. The only thing you need while you out there on the highways and byways is the scriptures, man. You're not supposed to be having guns and all of that nonsense. You don't need all that, right? You don't need none of that. Let me go to my first precept. Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 44, verse 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. So if you thinking that a gun is going to help you, even when you're out there on the highways and byways, if Yahweh wants to take you out, you're going to get taken out, man. Your gun is not going to save you. And you shouldn't have it on you, you know? And this goes into not having faith. You know, that's you trying to deliver yourself. You having faith in your bow or in your sword, which is in modern day terms right now, that'll be your gun. You putting your faith in a gun rather than putting your faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, it's not gonna work, right? Go to my second precept. Slakia. All right, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 1. Now I, Paul, myself beseech you by the meekness and the gentleness of Hamashiach, who is in presence and based among you, but being absent and bold toward you. Right? But I beseech you that I may not be bold. But I beseech you, Slakia, that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence, wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, man. We don't have the same ways that the flesh do, right? For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to pulling down the strongholds, man. So our weapons of warfare are not carnal. They're not going to be guns and whatnot. Our power is in Yahweh, right? He's our weapon. We don't need nothing else but Yahweh. He's going to be the one to deliver us out of anything that we get into. So we don't need a weapon, especially not on the highways and byways when we go out. And some of you might think that, hey man, they got that out there to protect themselves. That's a lack in faith. Isn't Yahweh supposed to protect you? You're supposed to have faith that Yahweh's going to defend you, especially when you're out there doing his work. So if you can't depend and lean on Yahweh, then what are you doing? Right? Let's get. And then you're trying to go against Esau in his own game. Because he's the one that goes by the sword, right? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live. And Salakia, let me go back some. Let me actually go back a little bit. Salakia. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven from above. So he's going to dwell in the best places that are on this earth. Right? And by thy sword shalt thou live. That's the meat right there. Esau Edom is going to live by the sword. So you cannot think that your little sword is going to be anywhere near, what he's been blessed with. We got to understand that Esau Edom is living, he's in his blessing right now. His blessing is to inherit this earth. As you know, for the time being. I do not invite any. Stop sending invites, bro. I'm not adding you. If I don't know you, don't even waste time and ask to come up, because I'm not gonna bring your ass up. All right. And we're gonna get some of those weapons that Esau Edom is gonna be using, right?
This is the U.S. Army's concept of the soldier of the future. This video makes it look like it's just a better equipped soldier. But notice the words neural engineering. That can mean a brain implant that connects a human to computers. The defense agency DARPA has...
Now that neural implant, what do you think that's going into? That's going into your MOTB, or a part of it. That's going into that, what's known today as the Neuralink, right? That's what that's going into. And that's a part that goes hand in hand with the mark of the beast, which is going to be your RFID C-hip. That RFID chip that's going to go in your hand, right? Let's continue.
Been working on an advanced implant that would essentially put the human brain online. There could also be eye and ear implants and more circuitry under the skin to make the ultimate fighting machine. Americans are going to have to decide whether this is ethical, because some in our military clearly want it. The super soldiers of the future could simply have enhanced abilities, or they could be part man and part machine, what are known as cyborgs. China is already developing biologically enhanced super soldiers, using what former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe called unethical medical experiments.
This is a big effort on the part of the Chinese government, and it is really horrifying.
China expert Gordon Chang says it's part of a Chinese government plan to create a master race through genetic editing.
They're trying to create a race which is far more intelligent than the rest of humanity, and with super soldiers, they'd be stronger, less susceptible to pain, just better
You hear
soldiers.
that?
This is...
He says super soldiers less acceptable to pain, man. So they're not gonna feel pain for real. So what you think that little gun you got, Jake? What do you think that's gonna do for you when you going against someone who's gonna take that shot and he's not gonna feel it? He's gonna keep coming at you. Because a lot of Jake, they're gonna run after that, man.
Eugenics. This is creepy. There are no ethical standards. There are no laws.
Now, the French military has been given the go-ahead to also create so-called augmented soldiers. The
Of course
super
they are.
soldiers
They're
of
gonna
the
fall right
future
after
will run
America, man.
fast, need little sleep, and little to eat or drink. And they'll be able to fight much longer than ordinary humans.
You hear that?
But should we do it?
What you gonna do with that,
George?
Jake? When your gun's not gonna work against that, brother. It's not gonna work against that. This man's not gonna stop. So when he actually finds you and locates you, he's gonna hunt you, and he's gonna have more energy than you. He's gonna last longer than you. You're done, man. That's why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We need him to give us those. He's gonna lift up a standard, and we're gonna get that.
Lucas, who has taught military ethics to America's naval officers, says ethical concerns lag behind this new technology.
It always does. And the only question is how far.
And Lucas is concerned that future military recruits could be pressured to accept computer parts into their bodies. He believes they should be allowed to refuse them.
The further into these more exotic technologies we go, and the more the risks are not known, the more we must at least rely on voluntarism, if not as much informed consent as is possible.
But the challenge for the United States is, even if we put ethical limits on the super soldier of the future, it's likely some of our adversaries will not. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Huh? That's locking. So we gonna go into this too, right? But you see, they're talking about how if it's ethical or not. Man, Esau don't give a shit if it's ethical or not. That does not fucking matter to him, man. He's gonna do what he does, and that's that, man. He was put in place so he can do this wicked shit. So he's gonna complete it, right? Now, Jake, how you can't? I know for a fact, Jake, you're not gonna be able to get away from that super soldier, man. And look at this one. This is another one they cooking up. And I've seen these. So these are real. Damn cyber dog, man.
Science fiction has seeped into science reality this week, as a robotics company showed off its sniper rifle-equipped RoboDog at the Association of the U.S. Army's annual convention in Washington, D.C. Sure, the quadruped robot might resemble a good boy, but it's packing a built-in sniper rifle capable of engaging targets from 3/4 of a mile away. The service could operate this robotic weapon system remotely.
3/4 of a mile away. The average Jake, what they call it, a blicky? That's it? A Glock with a switch on it? If that? You know, I have heard of some crazy stuff like Jake owning like RPGs and stuff like that, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do against this, man? Come on, he can hit you from miles away, man.
Importantly, it would only engage targets with permission from a human being. This RoboDog, known as Vision 60, comes from Philadelphia-based Ghost Robotics, a startup focused on legged robots. Previously, we've spotted Vision 60 robots in U.S. military service during a 2020 U.S. Air Force exercise at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. There, the machines help to establish a security cordon. Air bases, which often require runways that are thousands of feet long, can be difficult to patrol effectively, and the robo-dogs make it easier to rely on fewer humans for the job. This new, ARN version of the Vision 60 is equipped with the special-purpose unmanned rifle, SPUR. It's a 10-shot rifle chambered in a 6.5mm Creedmoor, a new, medium-caliber, high-velocity, long-range precision round. The Creedmoor is known in shooting circles for having a relatively flat ballistic trajectory, making it more of a hit-what-you-see round at longer ranges than older cartridges like the .308 Winchester. The robot's human controller is in charge of SPUR, a 30x electro-optical thermal scope, assists in the weapon's target acquisition.
That means you can see your ass at night too.
The Vision 60 looks a lot like Spot, the internet-famous robo-dog from Waltham, Massachusetts-based Boston Dynamics. Both quadruped robots were involved in the September 2020 exercise at Nellis Air Force Base. The similarities don't stop there, either. Both can climb staircases, navigate complicated terrain, and right themselves if they fall over. Vision 60 and Spot each have a maximum payload of 31 pounds. The two robots have the same top speed of 5.24 feet per second, but Ghost Robotics claims Vision 60 will eventually gain the ability to sprint at 9.84 feet per second, or 6.71 miles per hour.
And I don't know the average speed, right? I just got a warning. Visibility was restricted, man. They shadow banning me. It's all good though.
Controlled or autonomous operation. In remote controlled mode, a human operator would select a target and then open fire. However, current U.S. military policy on autonomous systems prohibits automatic target engagement.
Right. So, you're not Jake, your little weapon is not gonna do anything against this man. This man was built for war, man. That's his blessing. His blessing is war, right? So you're not gonna be able to go toe to toe with him, man. Not in his own game. And then you got this. Shalom. Shalom, Mark. Then you got this, man.
Dragonfire laser directed energy.
Look, if you're, I'm gonna say it again.
And it could be in the hands
if you're not one of the Akim that I'm aware of,
it destroys targets.
If you're not one of the Akim I'm aware of, do not ask to be invited up here, man. Shalom.
Intense beam of light and has pinpoint accuracy. It's able to hit something the size of a £1 coin from a kilometre away.
So we've been talking about the cost of firing a laser.
This is going into a laser,
£10
right?
a shot.
You know, I'm
and really all we're talking about.
Not saying that's what they use, but remember what happened in to Hawaii. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Got the system in place in the first place, and that compares very favourably with missiles, which might be thousands or tens of thousands or even more per single shot.
Scientists say Dragonfire proved itself in testing in Scotland and has the potential to transform the UK's defence capability. It could be used on land or sea and would remove the reliance on high-cost ammunition.
Drones are a really good example of the kinds of targets that a laser weapon would be very effective against. And certainly in our demonstrations, drones are one of the targets that we've successfully engaged on a number of occasions at really useful ranges.
Britain isn't alone in developing this technology.
These motherfuckers got,
around the world.
We all knew it, but they got lasers, man. So what are you gonna do against that, Jake? You gonna go and fight against a man that got a laser that can hit you from a kilometer away? That little gun is not gonna do nothing for you, right? That's why our weapons are not carnal. And this is just Esau doing what he does, man, right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So that goes into that can go into not only those lasers that we just saw, but what he dropped on Japan. You know, what was that? What was it? Little Boy and Fat Man. I believe that's the name of them. Forgive me if I'm off. But that goes into that too, right? It's like right, okay. And then, like I said, our weapons are not carnal, right? So we're waiting for Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, because he's gonna do something. He's gonna lift up a standard. That's what I said earlier, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So he's gonna lift up a standard for his elect, right? And they're gonna get those spiritual gifts, those spiritual powers, man. And that's how we'll be able to combat that. But we're not gonna be able to do anything on our own, man. And if we try, we're gonna get dealt with in a worse way. Look, revenge and vengeance is of Yahweh, man. So you don't need to take anything into your own hands. That's why when you see shit like this, right? And Tawada to the beloved prophet Matazakbath for bringing this out. So when you see shit like this, you should get mad, man.
But thou shalt make it so an offering for sin.
Like, what do you got weapons out there for, man? What do you got weapons out there for? And then you bring in people already hate us as it is, right? They already hate us. They're already looking for us to do anything because they already comparing us to, the KKK. They comparing us to Hitler. They comparing us to all these evil motherfuckers. So why would you go out there armed to the T to preach the word? What are you doing? Come on, Jake. But we're waiting on like I said, we're waiting on our power, man. And our power is, it can't be stopped. Right? Show you what we waiting on. Because Esau is afraid. This is what he afraid of, man. I think it's this.
Bombshell testimony from military officers. They say UFOs are real and they are a threat to national security. Pilots
you hear
and
that?
intelligence
and we all know
officers
that UFOs, so-called UFOs, those are nothing but the Alahayim in the chariots.
Unidentified aircraft.
With this highly anticipated House oversight hearing happening just hours ago on Capitol Hill, it included some jaw-dropping testimony. One whistleblower claims the military has recovered UFOs, including, quote,
and we know that's a damn lie.
Biologics. 10 Tampa Bay's Aaron Parseghian followed.
They've already come out, Slacky. Look, they've already.
Airship that we don't really know about.
Bombshell testimony from.
They actually already came out. Damn, I'm clicking on everything but what I'm supposed to be clicking on.
Bombshell testimony from military officers.
Okay. They've already came out and admitted that their technology can't even keep up with the movement of these ships. So what makes you think they can take one out of the sky? Esau doing what he do. That's them lying wonders, man.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes, and here's why. 3 former military officials blowing the whistle on their encounters with UFOs.
Testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth.
Questioned under oath as members of the House Oversight Committee seek more transparency.
The technology that we face
Esau is shook, man.
is far superior than anything that we had.
He is shook.
Retired Navy Commander David Fravor among the trio. In 2004, he witnessed what was captured on this now famous video of a large object flying off the coast of California. What he saw defied our understanding of physics.
You hear that?
Jammed his F-18 radar.
And then these motherfuckers got the nerve to say that they shot one of these out the air. Or they knocked one of them down. But he just said that they defied physics. And you already know what they're talking about. We've heard stories of these ships, these chariots, traveling at the speed of sound and then making a 90-degree turn while still traveling at that speed. Like they're not there's no way they're hitting this thing. They're not.
controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute."
Former Navy pilot Ryan Graves also testifying encounters with UAPs were not rare. Described in 2014, his squadron coming across sphere-like.
This is what we're waiting on, man. We're waiting on our power to bring the real weapons.
These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach.
Well, the Pentagon has publicly said they've investigated hundreds of UAP reports.
He said it accelerated to Mach 1.
Who was on 2 task forces
In
investigating
the drop of a dime, these ships are accelerating to Mach 1. They said they knocked one out the sky. Come on.
Program.
You believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
And then that's just more. They just lying. They just Esau Edom. They go do what they do. You can't say that these ships defy, physics and they accelerating from 0 to Mach 1, and then you say that you knock one out the sky. Get the fuck out of here. Right? That's just Esau Edom. That's them lying. What was it? Lying wonders. Salakia. Let me grab that. Right? This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's what that is. They come out here and tell you, they give you all this information on these ships defying physics, right? But then they turn around and say that they actually knocked one out the sky. How do you knock something out the sky that can accelerate from 0 to Mach 1? Come on. Get the hell out of here, Esau. You're not fooling nobody. Right? That's the end. Come on. Signs and lying wonders, man. That's it's as clear as day. Shalom, Mark. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. The water for you brothers tuning in. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get into this. The Vatican released new supernatural guidelines. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I think it was like last week.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So you and Congressman Tim Burchett were on News Nation's podcast, Reality Check with Ross Coulthart. Love that podcast. The congressman said he believed the Vatican knows that extraterrestrial life exists. He was very confident. I know you've been following this for a very long time. What do you make of what the Vatican is saying this morning?
Well, I've only found one news site actually reporting that it was going to mention aliens, and they didn't attribute that data point. If you look at the website for it, it limits itself to talking about apparitions and related paranormal phenomena. And it's supposed to be kind of an update of protocols that the Vatican had for handling cases like that. So they only started a few minutes ago. You have them there live right now. So I haven't really had the chance to hear what they've said or to see the document itself. My guess is that it will probably not mention aliens. I would be surprised if it did, and all things are possible. But I think it's going to focus on apparitions and the kind of paranormal phenomena that often accompany apparitions. So by apparitions, we mean people who claim to see Jesus or the Virgin Mary or angels or other saints. Sure. And sometimes to hear things as well.
She gonna ask me
is there evidence of angels and aliens being one of the same? Do you believe that could be true, sir?
I think what we're encountering right now in the UAP studies is probably different things. There are a few things that I think seem to fit a demonic profile, but I don't think the majority of them do.
See that? You see how he flips it, and he doesn't even answer the question. She asks, "Is the information coming out that aliens are actual angels?" And he beats around the bush. He dances around the question, and then he goes and says that they're more likely to lean towards their demonic. Come on. Esau Edom, boy.
Others, I suppose, could be angelic sightings, but I think it likely that we're talking about some other things too, genuine extraterrestrial.
Okay, he goes and admits that some of them may be angelic. Okay. Esau like mixing lies with truth, though.
Species that are crypto here on Earth. I think it could be a lot of things, and maybe angels are one of them, but we'll have to see.
Dr. Thigpen, I'm curious here. How do you prove an apparition, especially?
First of all, they are the angels. They're the Alahayim. They're the chariots. That's what you're seeing up there, man. They're preparing for supernatural events, man. They slowly trying to put it out there because they know that they can't hide the fact that Yahweh's starting to visit the earth, man. He's starting to send he's starting to send the chariots down here, and people are starting to see him more and more, and they don't have no explanation for it. So now they can't hide it no more. They can't do nothing about it. And then now the truth is coming out that those Alahayim are the ones piloting those ships, and now people are really losing their shit, and they can't control the narrative no more. Look at this man. This nigga's defeated. He looking like, why that bitch asked me that question? Damn. They finna chew my ass up in the next meeting we got. He threw. What else we got here? The fallen ones. Okay, so I don't know what you mean by fallen ones, but if you're talking about like fallen angels, there's angels. First of all, angels can't sin. The fallen ones, the fallen angels, those are actually those are your Israelites, because they fell from their first estate. Right? We can go into that. Not falling alone. Right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come after thee. So any fallen, those are your Israelites, man. Starting from Adam. Right? Or, well, Adam was, he's still of the chosen line. He's of the son of God. So, Yahweh's chosen, those are your fallen ones. His chosen line that fell into sin. Right? There's no such thing as reptilians and all of that, this, that, and the third. No. There's no reptilians. There's no fallen angels. There's no Nephilim giants and stuff like that. The word Nephilim simply goes into men of renown, right? Because we can go into it real quick, right? Give me a second. See if I can pull that. So I think I got it in my note. Give me a second. Lucifer is not an angel. That Lucifer doctrine is off. Okay. Let's get that in Genesis real quick. Genesis 6:4. Okay, there were giants in those days. We actually gonna grab, my bad, we're gonna grab that in a blue letter, right? 4. There were giants in those days. Boom, boom. It's locking. Stupid ass ads. Alright, you see it right here? Giants, Nephilim. Now that whole doctrine is bullshit. This is bullshit, just like the whole fallen angel shit. It's all bullshit. But the Nephilim, Slovakia. Strong definition. Hold on, give me a second. All right. You go into that Nephilim, it just simply means to fall. Cast down, be accepted, blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. Boom. Who did David kill? David killed, Goliath was not a giant like what people lying about that he was a giant. Like he was just I think they actually found his armor and they said that he was probably around between 7 and 8 feet tall. He wasn't like no fucking height of a building. Okay, Khan. Yaramia, yeah, Khan, Salakia. 9 feet 6 inches. Khan. But he wasn't like skyscraper size, right? That's a false doctrine. Giants, Nephilim. Damn, I cannot find what the fuck I'm looking for, man. Salakia. Okay. Well, we go back to this, the root etymology of that word, right? And it just simply means to fall. You go into who fell, it was Adam and everyone that came after him, just like the scripture says in Esdras that I pulled up. Right? Simply means to fall. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. Right? So that's all that Nephilim means. It just means fallen ones, and those fallen ones are actually going into Adam and everyone that came after him. Salakia. I can't find exactly the whole entire breakdown that I was looking for. Salakia for that. That means I need to go in there and do some more studying on that subject. Salakia again. Forgive me. But yeah, Yaramia is 100% correct. That's talking to you in the comment section. Isaiah 14. I got you. And 16. Yeah, on my arrow. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? I got you. Just bring you up. I don't know how to cut back some of these in Windows. Shalom, Maki.
Shalom,
Show me how
man. Y'all Shabrakatah. I ain't gonna be on here long. I'm playing the game, chilling. But
Oh no, you good?
yeah, I was just gonna tell him if you read until 16, it says this is the man that did tremble the kingdoms. It's letting you know it's a man. It's not an angel. Lucifer is never described as an angel.
Okay, I go. You said at 16, right?
Yeah. If he read from 12 to 16, or you could just read 12 and then read 16.
Okay. I just read 12. I jump straight to 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? See, it's a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms. So it's not Lucifer's not an angel.
And then you could take that over to Job. Job, the 2nd chapter, it's letting you know that God controls Satan, right? So it's no way possible that an angel could rebel against Yahweh.
It says the angels can't transgress. You could have killed it with that too.
Yeah, and Shay, think about this. Why would God create an enemy for himself? That's gonna go at himself.
Why would he create an enemy that he can't control?
Yeah.
But that just comes from you. You gotta read those, and you gotta get the proper understanding. You can't be under people who don't know what they're talking about, right?
Google gonna lead you off, man.
It is.
That's the story that man told you. Lucifer hates God. That's what man. The Bible never said that. Man has told you that. You still going off what man has told you.
Yeah, no, that's going all off of like what the Ak just said. That's just men. Man told you all that. It says it right here. It says Lucifer's a man. If you read from 12 to 16, it's talking about Lucifer the entire time. It's a man.
And to be more exact, that's the so-called Illuminati. That's the secret societies. You know, that's those people. Which would be the YT man at this time.
Starting with your banking elites. But that's it. I didn't know if you wanted to add more than that, but it's all good.
Oh, no,
I was about to close out anyway.
Yeah, I dropped down. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. All right. Hey, Thawada for the Ak for coming up, even though it was quick. You know, shalom to those who tuned in. Salaki, I'm going ahead and close it out. And Shay, you gotta go in there, read 14:12, and then go read chapter 14 verses 12 through 16 over again, and then go back and read Job, the book of Job, and you will see that Satan has no control over anything. Right? And Thawada for everybody tuning in, you know. And with that, shalom.